Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sean Dyche is King show, where today we'll be talking about Liverpool losing at Anfield, first time in I think a couple of years, against Sean Dyche's Burnley. Yeah, that never thought I'd be saying that, but here we go. Where do we start? Well, I think maybe Klopp's decisions is a good place to start. I think after the bad game, or at least a good game for Liverpool against Manchester, Klopp wanted to change a couple of things. Salah didn't have a good game, so he benched him, had the Shaqiri playing again, which, we'll get on to player evaluation later, but didn't have the best games. So, it came out a pretty interesting lineup. Origi, Mane on the front, which is interesting. I don't know how many games he started with that, but I don't think many. So, Burnley came out with Burnley. Pretty much did what you think they do, as in sit back and, get you on the counter. And first half was what we expected as well. Again, no big surprises. Liverpool dominating, Trent playing cross after cross after cross none. I don't even think a cross went to someone during the whole game. It's become really tight. Trent's had an awful season so far. I feel like he hasn't done a good cross all season, or at least a cross that hits a target. But you had a really big chance in that first half, which he has time to think about it. He could do loads of things. He could chip it over the keeper, get to the floor on the right, or just go around him. But just wrong decision. Goes for power and just hits the crossbar. It could have hit and gone in, but bad decision. On the moment, I was telling myself, all right, this could typically be the moment that at the end of the season we look back at and say, oh, if Origi scored that goal and Liverpool won that game, maybe Liverpool wouldn't have lost the league. But so second half, more of the same. Salah and Firmino come on, don't make that much of an impact, to be honest. The whole Liverpool attack is pretty depressing to me. It's very slow and sloppy and repetitive. You compare it to Manchester City, who, rapid, they go all over the place. There's so many different ways to attack. And I don't know, Liverpool just seem incredibly slow, and Klopp seems uninspired, and the players seem uninspired, which could be I think maybe it's because of the 2-3 years that they've had at top level, but now it's a real shame. And of course, Burnley get the penalty, which there's no arguing about it. Barnes knocks it in, and then from there you just knew it was going to stay 1-0. Maybe a small chance of Firmino at the end half, where you have Alexander-Arnold, the sort of cross shot that Ben Mee blocks, but there's nothing really there. You can say Burnley came in with their obvious game plan. They did it. They won. Congrats to them. Liverpool can only blame themselves for today, and ultimately, I think that this is their season gone now. They're 6 points from Man U, and potentially 7 points from City, the game in hand. And I think the way the two teams are playing this season, there's no way you can catch them up, especially with Liverpool's form at the moment. They've got Tottenham next Thursday. Huge game if today wasn't as big as game as you wanted. And that's going to be a real talking point. And yeah, so if we go for a little player evaluation, best player for Liverpool today, pretty difficult. There's no one who really stands out. They were all pretty dreadful. I guess Alisson in the worst. Plays Alisson, of course, giving away the penalty where you asking him what is he doing. He's not even near the ball. Everyone else was pretty dreadful. Trent Alexander-Arnold was pretty bad today. I mean, he was at least he was putting in crosses, but I know it just seems so uninventive, and they would just put it in and hope it hits someone. So, you've seen a big drop off for him for the rest of the season. And of course, in the top players, Pope was incredible. He's probably the best keeper in the Prem, to be honest. He has so little mistakes in his game, and in the air, he's imperial. And, with Trent crossing the ball every time, and Pope it was basically a training game for him today. A couple big saves, though, I think, from, what was it, a Salah strike? And a Trent strike, I think. I'm not quite sure. But, yeah, big game from him. Of course, Barnes, who gets the goal. So that would be the two standout performances from today. I think more globally, the entire Burnley defence was on top. So, big questions are going to be asked of Klopp now. How can you get his team to get firing on all cylinders? I know FA Cup game this Sunday against Man U is also going to be pretty big. If Liverpool can win that one, maybe it could, reinvigorate them for the rest of the season. But right now, it is looking very, very shaky for the Reds, and I'm going to be interested to see what they do from it, especially the Champions League coming on in February. It's going to be a big month of Premier League action, and I hope to be able to accompany you guys all the way. I'll see you this weekend.